From Lagos, the nation's commercial capital, this is the news at 10, live from Channels Television. Reporting tonight,
Ijoma Oyato.
Hello and welcome. Tonight, President Goodluck Jonathan to declare his second-term ambition on November the 11th. Federal government begins moves to clean up and restore oil-polluted areas in Ogoni land. Court rejects federal government's application seeking to try Senator Ali Ndume in secret. And the World Health Organization says 1 million Ebola vaccine doses will be available for use by the end of 2015.
And on Business News tonight, interbank lending rates stay unchanged for the fourth consecutive week.
On sports news tonight, Nigeria's Super Falcons on the threshold of history as they face bitter rivals Cameroon in the final of the African Women's Championship in Namibia.
Gloria Umezuke from Abuja. A tough time awaits human traffickers and baby factory owners as bill to criminalize activities become law soon. Nigerians have witnessed a number of prominent individuals showing interest in the #1 seat in the country. But come November the 11th, the president himself is expected to declare his political intention. Although it's not clear where the declaration will be made, the chairman of the Presidential Declaration Committee, Dr. Haliru Bello, is certain that November the 11th is the date. He told State House correspondents at the end of the committee's inaugural meeting at the banquet hall of the presidential villa today that the People's Democratic Party has long concluded plans to allow the president emerge as the sole candidate of the PDP.
So far, we have agreed on the date. The declaration will be on the 11th of November, on Tuesday. We have not yet decided on the venue, but we will decide at our next meeting. And we hope, like every other Nigerian who has asked Jonathan to come out and declare, when we come on Tuesday, 11th November, the president will come and face the people of Nigeria and say yes to their request. Our own is to prepare a venue and a platform for the president to meet the people of Nigeria and respond to their yearnings that he should contest. If he says yes, then it is yes. If he says no, then it is his prerogative. But as you are aware, our party, the PDP, in all its organs, from the caucus to Board of Trustees to the National Executive Committee, had decided that President Jonathan would be given the first option of refusal for the PDP ticket. That means if he is going to contest, the PDP will give him preference in selecting of candidates because he is our president, he has performed, we are happy with what he has done. It's only when he declines that we can look at any other contender.
Well, it's not only at the presidential level that aspirations are being nursed. Even at the state level, individuals are also declaring their intentions. In Oyo State, the state governor, Abiola Ajimobi, told a gathering of supporters today that he would like to sustain the tempo of development in the state if given the chance again. The governor made the public declaration before a large crowd after picking the party's governorship nomination form in Ibadan, the state capital.
Governor Abiola Ajimobi joins a huge crowd at the Government House Arcade where party officials and supporters from all the local government areas of the state have anxiously been waiting for hours to know the mind of the governor ahead of the 2015 governorship election. They display posters bearing the image of the governor and his parents for other various political positions in the state. It's a carnival of sorts as the governor's convoy and supporters move in a procession through major roads in the state capital. He makes a stop at the state party secretariat where he picks the nomination form. Governor Ajimobi says the will of the people prompted him to indicate his interest for re-election.
By the 29th of this month, we will be 3 years in office of good performance. And from that 29th, we shall go all out, not only to begin to commission all the projects that we have been able to do, but also to tell the people of Oyo State about our performance and to tell them that again we are running for the office of the executive governor, for which we shall win.
The fanfare continues from the party secretariat. This step taken by the governor may have set the tone for the governorship race in Oyo State. In the coming days, more aspirants may also follow suit.
Away from politics now, and it appears the cry by the people of Ogoni for a thorough cleanup of their land polluted with hydrocarbons by oil companies over the years has finally been heard. This is because the federal government has inaugurated a 13-man consultative committee to not only clean up but also restore the polluted land in River State. The Minister of Petroleum Resources, Mrs. Dezani Alison Madueke, who inaugurated the committee in Abuja today, says the committee will develop a roadmap for the restoration of the affected areas. The formation of this committee follows the failure of previous efforts by the federal government to effectively address the long-standing environmental disaster in Ogoni land.
Agitations to restore oil-polluted areas of the Ogoni land took a new momentum in 2006 when the United Nations Environmental Programme published its report on the extent of damage done to the region. 6 years after that report, the federal government set up the Hydrocarbon Pollution Restoration Project with a view to cleaning up all oil-polluted lands in the Niger Delta region, including that of the Ogoni people. Since its establishment in 2012, much result has not been felt in the region, hence this new committee.
Mr. President thereafter approved the establishment of the Hydrocarbon Pollution Restoration Project, HYPREP, on the 20th day of July 2012. However, upon consultations with the peoples of Ogoni land, it became quite clear that the community and relevant stakeholders had not been properly consulted or incorporated into the implementation processes of the UNEP report. And it is for the above stated reasons, and of course based upon the further recommendations of the HYPREP Advisory Council, that we have reached out to patriotic Nigerians from within and outside the Ogoni community to constitute this multi-stakeholders consultative committee.
Representatives of the Movement for the Survival of Ogoni People believe that the new committee will produce results, especially since it has the people's representation.
This is a product of their persistence and consistency in terms of demanding that the environment of the Ogoni people need to be, repaired following the damage that have been done to the land. And this very occasion today also, gives support to the fact that our non-violent protests have never been ignored.
The step the Honorable Minister took is the right step in the right direction. I want to commend her. I also want to say that this should be sustained in other oil-impacted areas in the Niger Delta, because what we have, when the people feel that they are disenfranchised from the process, that is what brings in agitation. So, as representing the youths of Ogoni, I will say that it's a welcome development and we are going to support it.
It is hoped that this committee will produce the desired results for which it was set up and minimize protest against environmental degradation in the region.
Well, let's take another look at politics here in Lagos. Mr. Akinwumi Ambode of the All Progressive Congress has formally declared his intention to run for the 2015 governorship election in Lagos State. Speaking to a mammoth crowd at the Onikon Stadium in Lagos, Mr. Ambode expressed his readiness to serve the people of Lagos in a higher capacity if elected. He also promised to run a government without bias. Mr. Ambode had been a key factor in the success stories of the former governor of Lagos State, Bola Tinubu, and the present administration, having served as the state accountant general.
For these members of the All Progressives Congress APC in Lagos State, the journey to the 2015 governorship mandate begins here. Members and party supporters throng Onikon Stadium in Lagos to identify with Mr. Akinwumi Ambode. And it's all about his intention to run for Lagos governorship election come 2015.
He's a technocrat and at the same time he's a politician. He has the support of the youth, the different ethnic group of Lagos, which is welcomed, and is a very, very intelligent candidate that can take Lagos to the next level.
As expected, promises were made. The new APC governorship hopeful says he will promote a government of inclusion if elected.
Our mission is to create a clean, secure, and prosperous Lagos State that is driven by a vibrant economy and supported by quality service, equity, and justice.
Having accounted for whatever the Lagos State spent in his capacity within 27 years he worked as a civil servant, we now see beyond ordinary eyes that this man is tested, trusted, tried, and preferred.
He was born in Lagos on the 14th of June 1964 and had most of his education in Lagos. Mr. Akinwumi Ambode had served in various capacities in the Lagos State Civil Service. He rose to become Lagos State Accountant General and Permanent Secretary, Minister of Finance. Will this turnout translate to votes for Mr. Akinwumi Ambode at the polls? If it does, then the mandate for him could be a platform to make good his many promises. Tolu Ojewumi, Channels Television News.
While the former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, Mr. Okewale, who was kidnapped about 13 days ago, has finally been freed. A press release issued by the incumbent president of the association, Mr. Augustine Alege, says that the NBA is grateful to the DSS and the commissioners of police in Rivers, Bayelsa, Delta and Edo states for Mr. Wale's release. The NBA is, however, asking the government to ensure that it performs its constitutional duties of providing a safe environment for all. In part 2, after the break, death toll in the bomb explosion in Azare, Bauchi State rises to 8 as victims recount ordeal. That's in a moment. Join us again.